Hello and welcome to the News to Gamers. First impressions of Mafia 3, very exciting. Joined by my co-host, of course, Twitch personality Lee Hunt. Welcome.
How's it going?
Exciting.
You got to play Mafia 3
for 4 hours.
For 4 hours.
For 4 solid hours.
So let me point out, you played Mafia 3 for 4 hours, and just before we kick into the main sort of gameplay of Mafia 3, I'd like to point out that I went through 4 hours worth of footage, and all I found was you driving like a moron.
Yeah, do you know what? I came into this video thinking, right, don't play like Simon, play professionally.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It really didn't. I mean, there you go, you're jumping around all over the place. I mean, this one coming up here is absolutely brilliant. So you're clearly in the wrong lane. So you put some pressure on the green car, you've made the green car move, you've now taken the lane, and you kind of like, what are you doing? You're edging forwards, you're edging a little bit further forwards, no, you've gone a little bit too far, so we'll go backwards, and now the cars are on, and you're like, okay.
I don't know. I have no explanation for any of these at all. I mean, this one especially,
I think you just bumped him, and then you go, what the hell, let's just go, and they all beat their horns at you. I mean, seriously, if we were putting together a how not to drive, I mean, okay, you stop at the zebra crossing, and then, you kind of like spear yourself out here, and look, follow him, he's turning right, don't try and undercut him. What are you doing? This is absolute. And to be honest, sorry, it gets worse. I mean, this is your attempt at parallel parking. Now, I know you're not a very good driver in real life.
No.
But, Si, this is embarrassing. What are you doing? I mean...
That was a perfect snake reverse park.
Okay. It didn't look perfect to me. This is where it actually starts getting fun now. I mean, that car's right in front of you and you've hit it. I mean, that was clearly his fault.
Obviously his fault.
Shouldn't have braked. Yeah,
shouldn't have braked.
I get that. By this point, I was kind of like, oh, God, you're going to hit that car? Oh, look, you hit the car.
It's a parked car.
It's a parked car. And not only that, when you try and reverse round it, you hit it again.
Do you know, I had the 2K representative actually standing behind me laughing at this moment.
I'm not surprised. This is my favourite. Now, you look one way to make sure there's nothing coming. If you look in the rear view mirror, you can clearly see you've just cut up a car. That's outrageous. Now, if that car pulls out in front of you, you have the audacity to beat your horn at him. He had every right to pull out there. So you then do the BMW driver thing. You use the left lane to turn right. Oh dear.
Yes. Yeah,
Si, as a gangster, you'd just be constantly imprisoned for driving like a tool.
Yeah. I mean, I was well aware this little blue line here is actually quite fascinating. Ignore the driving for this. Yeah.
What, that bit?
That bit there. That bit right there. But the little blue flicker that you see there is actually whether it be a police car or an officer on the street.
Oh, okay.
Now they pay attention to your driving. Which is why I got a truck.
I can understand. I can understand.
So if you jump a red light in, for example, some of the more upstanding districts in the game, then you'll get pulled over and charged for jumping a red light.
That still doesn't excuse your inability to steer a car.
It doesn't.
Okay,
it doesn't.
I see where you're going with that. I mean, it's a pretty game, isn't it?
It's beautiful, and there's actually a fantastic little fact about this place that I'm walking around, and not on the grass.
You're not on the grass.
Is the 2K representative, the community manager, actually showed me a picture of the real place that is based on.
Oh, okay.
In New Orleans, and it's picture perfect. There isn't one thing out of place.
Why won't you get me on the night crew?
Which is beautiful. And again, you know, the combat is fantastic. It's very simple to master.
This isn't how you do it, is it?
This is not how.
So you brought fists to a gunfight, and you paid the ultimate price. To be honest, there was a lot of editing that had to go into this video for the amount of times that happened. But you know, we'll let it go.
We'll let it go.
This is captured on Xbox One, is that right?
It is. It's captured on Xbox One in the beautiful lavish studios in Windsor, 2K.
Fantastic.
And it's fantastic. The game itself is very, very engrossing. Very, you get captivated and lost within the story. We weren't allowed to capture too much of the story missions.
Yeah, makes
for
sense.
Obvious reasons. But we were allowed to go through some of the side missions, the racketeering and things like that, which is exactly what I'm doing right here. I'm going through a prostitution ring and trying to go through the whole racketeering of bringing that ring right down, and are benefits.
Absolutely. So it's a fairly nice and violent takedown that you do. You pull no punches in this game.
No, not at all. And you learn more as you go along as well, which is fantastic. Whether you have a knife, or your general fists, you can literally do so much of the game in stealth as well. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at that.
Yeah, I've noticed that from the footage as well.
As you'll see right here, I'll wait.
Found you.
And then you run past and try and run away, and then decide to have a fight.
Yeah.
You obviously got confused by the buttons there because you predominantly play more on PlayStation.
I am a Sony man, yes.
So you got confused by the button symbols.
I did, yeah. X is not on the bottom on an Xbox One controller.
No, it is not.
But yeah, as you said earlier, it's a beautiful looking game, very pretty. A lot of details have gone into the lighting, and the shadows, great effects. And 2K Hangar 13 have really done a solid job on this game.
It's the thing watching through the footage as well is that it pulls no punches in terms of the difficulty as well. It's not like if you're in a situation where you've got a lot of guys coming at you, just like this part here, you've got to respond and react pretty quickly to get into cover and things like that. Otherwise, you are going to pay the price.
It's a very challenging game, and you're used to playing other such
I'd like to point out,
like...
you've just killed a civilian there as well.
Yeah, he didn't need to die.
No, he didn't.
And now he's writhing in agony.
He is, poor guy.
But yeah, in terms of playing this, in comparison to the likes of GTA or Red Dead or something like that, this is a lot more challenging in terms of, with GTA, yeah, you can kind of walk around and shoot anything up, and you can of the time. With this, you have got to take cover. You've got to plan your escape. You've got to plan your enemy
you've got to reload
locations. And yeah, which again, I'm not very good at paying attention. But yeah, this guy, this is where it kind of all went south for me. Is as soon as this guy was killed.
It's a
good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a brutal game. It's very violent.
Yeah, just again, like looking through the footage, there's a lot of examples where it really does. It takes no prisoners, does it?
No, not at all.
There's no way. I mean, this is the very definition of an 18-rated game.
Oh yeah, 100%. And as soon as this was announced, I was super excited. As a huge fan of the second one, especially. I'm not even paying attention.
You're not looking at your mini-map.
No, I really wasn't.
Rookie error.
And as I said, this is kind of where it all goes south.
Yeah.
As soon as this guy goes down, I'm pretty much done.
Well, this coming up here is another one of the things that I like about this game here, the reinforcements. So they've called through for reinforcements. You've come in, you've taken this guy down. You're picking up the little bits of money and everything that you need to do. But literally, I mean, these reinforcements take no. I'd like to point out you've got 3 bullets left, so it was never going to go well.
It wasn't. No.
But again, that's just again, it's one of those where they're not making this an easy ride, are they?
No, not at all. And Hangar 13 have done a great job of actually making the player think on this game.
This is kind of Assassin's Creedy with the whole stealth, like find your character like eagle vision type.
It is indeed, and a lot of people were worried at first, concerned with this eagle vision. Is it going to take away from the game? Well, it's actually very subtle. It lasts 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give you exact attributes and whereabouts as such. It gives you that outline of what you need to do.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. So it's not too overbearing. It's not too revealing. So you still.
I assume that was you that just whistled to get that guy to come over.
Yes.
This way. You then worked out where the B button was on an Xbox pad and did a proper takedown. That's always good.
Yeah, which was again, straight to the throat. But yeah, you're right. You can whistle on this to attract attention, or whether it be to shuffle your enemy to a different location, as they go and explore to see where that came from. And again, that's something extra that goes into a game that, you can go through it stealth pretty much, but, some of the bigger missions, will require rocket launchers.
I love the style of the game. It feels so kind of like 1950s, 60s, doesn't it? It doesn't, it's even almost like a filter of the camera. It's not trying to be ultra HD, like highly modern.
No,
kind of
no.
like it's set and very stylized, and it's a very cool looking game.
And despite what you can't hear right now, it's actually the music. Which, for obvious reasons, the representatives at 2K had to turn that off for our captures. But it's so engrossing, it's so mesmerising. It captures that real feel, as you say, as 1960s. You know,
Yeah.
In New Orleans, which is one of the homes of some of the greatest musicians in the world.
Of course.
And you know, I really enjoy that feel about it, and you know, I can't wait for everyone to actually experience that as well.
Well, we've said on a number of times during the course of NTG on TV that we're really hyped for this game as a potential game of the year.
It's one we've covered a lot, isn't it?
It is,
you know, over the months.
And looking at this with good reason, it just looks superb. It looks really good fun.
I actually said, you know, to the community manager whilst he was setting up the difference from my story missions to the capture.
Done enough to get Handsome Harry's attention.
This has got Game of the Year written all over it.
Absolutely.
You know, and he was very flattered.
Of course. Good way to blag a review copy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And finally, the size of the map as well.
Huge.
Huge.
There's a lot to do, and these little racketeering missions that you can see me clicking on now, they're not just like the strangers and freaks of GTA.
Yeah.
You have to put some effort into these. They're all around a district constantly. So,
absolutely.
You know, 7 or 8 different versions you've got to do. So, fantastic.
Looking good.
It is, and it's a huge game, and I can't wait for its release, and it is brilliant.
Excellent. We shall look forward to it.
We shall. Right, for more videos, make sure you tune in to YouTube, News to Gamers TV, Facebook News to Gamers, Twitter News to Gamers. We shall be back very shortly with a lot more.